There are only 2 fighters remaining in the Smash Bros. DLC circus of values, and we've got an interesting update on a potential newcomer. Plus, the rumor mill is churning. New Switch Pro info comes out quite regularly now. I know a bunch of you are sick of it, some of you are very excited, but today I want to talk about how the heck we decide if these rumors are legit, the different tiers and types of leaks and rumors that happen around Nintendo Switch, and how you and I can know who to trust. I think there's a really interesting conversation to be had. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It's a fantastic day, and it feels fancy, because we're so close to one of the best Switch games, maybe of all time. Did you see those Monster Hunter Rise reviews? They're saying potentially the best game since BOT dub. That's crazy. Okay, this thing has a huge Metacritic. I'm so excited. I just secured my Magnum Malo amiibo after they were sold out, and I cannot wait to play, so coverage coming soon. But today I want to talk to you about freaking Switch Pro, man, the rumors, but not just the rumor, how we even assess and approach this rumor. First, a quick tidbit on Smash Bros. Make sure to smash that like button. Ooh, gotcha. And let me know in the comments down below how you feel about rumors and how you feel about the potential for Ryo Hayabusa to be the Smash Bros. Fighter coming next. It's one that's been rumored for quite a while. We've heard a lot of things about who's gonna be in the Smash Season Pass. Some came true like Banjo, and some did not. We got some wild cards, we got some fan favorites, and we got a lot of sword fighters. But with 2 left, we had to ask Team Ninja if Ryo Hayabusa was gonna be in Smash Bros. This is the titular character from Ninja Gaiden. We know that the Switch is getting a collection of Ninja Gaiden games in June, and so they asked the head of Team Ninja, the lead, Mr. Yasuda, if he's spoken to Sakurai or Nintendo about Smash Bros. And his response was, we're waiting for the invitation letter. Now, if he did know that Ryo was going to be in the game, of course he couldn't say anything, but the fact that he said we're waiting for the invitation letter and then laughed, to me I take that as he's not going to be one of the final 2 fighters. I feel like if Ryo was one of the final 2 fighters, Mr. Yasuda's answer would be no comment, or they would have left the question out of the interview, something of that sort. I don't feel like he would make this funny little one-liner here. It's a good one-liner. I mean, he's clearly a Smash player, but I hope that Nintendo focuses on Nintendo, or at least gives us Crash Bandicoot. I think that would fit perfectly. Now then, let's talk about perfect rumors and imperfect rumors, everything in between. Is there even a perfect rumor? Now then, let's talk about rumors, and it revolves around the Switch Pro. So if you're playing along and you have tea or water, drink for the Switch Pro. Bloomberg reported, as you probably have seen, that, hey, Switch Pro, it's coming. They say it's coming 2021. They say 4K. They say DLSS. They say a $350 to $400 price point. Now, we could talk all about that. There's some interesting nuances there, but it's basically the same info, right? Switch Pro is coming. Switch Pro is coming. We've heard this for eons, okay? A lot of you are like, it's just rumors. So I wanted to kind of go through how I assess rumors and how you can assess rumors, because there's a lot of leaks and rumors with Switch stuff, right? With Nintendo stuff in general. There's going to be more. And if the Switch Pro does come, we're going to have tons about the games. E3 is coming up soon. There's a lot revolving around rumors. And so I've categorized these into 5 tiers for you. This is how you can help assess if the rumor is worth buying into, worth believing, worth getting excited about, if it's something that you should be like grains of salt, shaky bakey, or if you should just trash it, okay? Tier 1. This is the highest caliber of rumor, the ones that I feel the most confident reporting on, and the ones I tell you they're gonna happen. It's when a company like Bloomberg reports. These are official sources, right? These are major news chains, major news networks staking their brand name behind their claims, right? When Mizuguchi is talking about, hey, the Switch Pro is coming on Bloomberg, he has multiple sources. They're from, hey, retailers, they're from executives, they're from suppliers, they get information from factories. It's like straight from the source info that would be very hard to mess up, and they're staking their credibility on it. That to me is tier 1, above anything else. And that is why I sing the Bloomberg notes so often, because like if they're saying it, to me that's as good as gold. Now, tier 2 for me, these are the very reliable, almost always accurate and astute people that we see on video game forums and on Twitter. There's two in particular that I think about, but this tier is a long one. There's some people at the top and some people that I'd kind of put closer to tier 3. At the tippy top for me is Nate Drake over on Reset Era and his podcast with his Nintendo knowledge, and Dust Golem is another great example on Twitter with his Capcom info. These guys or girls, they make sure that they only speak when they know. And that's what I like the best. They're not out there trying to generate hype, trying to just be the source of attention. They more respond. They fill in gaps, right? They're not trying to really just be the source of the rumor. They're more trying to guide the conversation. And Nate Drake, to me, is as credible as they come. He knows a lot clearly, and he's careful and conscious about what he says. So when I see him say something on Reset Era, I can pretty much trust it. Now, we have some more in this tier, and I'm sure you guys have seen others, like Kelios FR I'd put in this tier, maybe a little bit lower down the tier. He's the one who has a lot of Pokemon knowledge, and he'll post on Twitter. He's gotten some things wrong. He's gotten a lot of things right. He does seem to generate the rumor a bit more, so that's why I'd move him a little bit down, but he still is, to me, part of that tier 2. He called the Big Pokemon Presents and the Diamond Pearl remakes, a lot of things like that that have elevated his credibility. So it's these guys and girls that they don't say everything, but when they do, you can trust them, and they've built a reputation for themselves, and they really seem to have credible info. Tier 3 is where we start to get a little dicey, and sometimes it can get more fun in this tier, but at the same time, this is where you gotta start to really be a bit cautious. This is the rest of the Twitterverse, the social media verse, the video game forum verse, where people are like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Maybe they'll post a photo, maybe they'll post a leaked sentence. And we've seen a lot of these people come and go over the years, right? They'll have a bunch of information about E3, and then either they'll disappear because they got a bunch wrong, they'll delete their past tweets, or maybe even the Nintendo ninjas got them. But we've had a lot of people who have claimed to have big knowledge and big rumors. And I would even categorize the recent user who had everything. I believe it was a Reddit user who had everything about some of the most recent presentations. He knew about State of Play, he knew about Pokemon Presents. I don't know how that was the case, and I would almost elevate him to tier 2, but I'm gonna wait and see like one more thing. If he gets one more thing right, boom, this person is like, I don't know, they are a magnet for gaming info because they got stuff from Sony, they got stuff from Nintendo, and that's very different threads, very different rivers that the information flows down. But this tier, again, you gotta be careful because it can be very exciting to see someone like on Twitter be like, oh my gosh, Breath of the Wild 2 is a massively multiplayer battle royale. And you're like, what? But they have like a source they claim, but they never really reveal the source. It's these dicey individuals that start to trickle us down towards tier 4. Tier 4 to me is the posts that we see highlighted from big community sites. We're talking Reddit, 4chan, right? Things like that. Where it's like, oh, they got the entire Direct. They got the entire lineup for Microsoft the rest of the year. They got everything coming for Nintendo Switch. And you have to be careful. 2 reasons. Usually these are not attributed to an individual. They don't stake their name on it. They don't put a claim on it. It's just posted. And then secondly, they have so much info. Like they know the entirety of the Direct from every company, from every angle. They know everything at E3. From every right? They have so much knowledge. It's usually so specific. They've got so much, and there are times that there are nuggets of truth in there, and it makes you wonder. You're like, how'd they get that? Was it coincidence? Did they hear something and then just extrapolated and expanded it? These are the ones though that I don't report on, because if I just see a post from user 070211WW446 and they claim to have the entire June Direct that we haven't even heard announced, like, that to me is maybe a cutesy read, but there is no clout there. They are just seeking clout, and that is, a problem. We have one more tier though, which is tier 5, and that is anytime you see a printout. Okay, I know that some of you probably have fallen victim to the classic Nintendo printout where you'll see, oh my gosh, they have the whole slate of what's being announced during their E3 presentation. Oh my gosh, the whole Pokemon Presents. It's right here, minute by minute. These companies do not print out their things in this way. They do not leak. Anyone can go on Google Docs, type this out, put some fancy font, a little Nintendo copyright, and print it out and take a photo and be like, boom, I'm a big leaker. But they are never accurate. They're tantalizing, they get the mind going, but they can't be trusted. And no important information is just left on like one single sheet of 8x11 paper and put in a really obvious place where someone could come and snap a, like, oh, was it the secretary? Did Mr. Furukawa leak? Like, come on, guys. These are massive mega corporations with millions and sometimes billions of dollars on the line. They ain't printing out their big secret plans so that someone can snap a photo and send it to social media. So that's how I assess and evaluate these rumors and leaks and help decide if I'm gonna get really excited, if I'm gonna share it with you, or if it's just a little chuckle, you know, for when you're perusing Twitter late at night. But let me know how you feel about rumors and leaks. Are you sick of Switch Pro stuff? I still am so excited for it. So getting more and more official confirmation is just beautiful to me. It's music to my ears. I hope to goodness gracious that we get to play this year. I hope that the pandemic does not cause a problem. A 4K upscale DLSS empowered Nintendo Switch with a new chip, cutting edge tech, honestly, maybe not like in some ways, but in other ways with this AI learning the DLSS, I've heard the DLSS is going to be portable as well. Like it's gonna be when you play it handheld. That's awesome. These games could look great and Nintendo could enter a whole new era of redefining what generations are and how awesome our Switch can be. So I hope it's true. And now it's time for the poll. Big Switch poll number 43. We get these every evening. I'm trying to be better about posting them earlier so you guys can be a part of them. Got a lot of people this time with the question, do you like getting your Switch games digital or physical? Which is something I think about a lot. My shelf is bare of Switch games. Okay, I miss having that big cool collection, the red spines, you know, the fancy thin cases. I think they're a great box. I don't have very many. A lot of you do though. 68% said physical or cartridge to 32%, where I fell, digital download. It's just easier for me since I'm playing a lot of Switch games to have them on the system. I take it with me. You know, it's nice to play in bed. It's nice to play at my desk. I don't have to worry about swapping out carts. And because I am switching games so rapidly, because I am trying things so frequently, it feels better to have them digitally. And I'm just trying to live a bit more, it sounds bad to say less materialistic. Because it's totally fine to have physical versions. I'm just trying to live a little less cluttered, I guess. And at 31, like, even though it's super fun to have the collection, I feel okay not having the collection. And a lot of times you can get great deals on the eShop. You can download from your home. And for me, one of the biggest reasons, honestly, I can get those things, boom, early. You know, I've told you guys a lot, like how I get stuff from like the European eShop or the Australian eShop. Get them a little early, get your Animal Crossing updates early, download your games a little bit early, use those other regions to get them early. You can't do that when you're going to Target. And with the pandemic, like midnight launches aren't really a thing anymore. So it's just been convenient and made sense for me to bring you guys coverage as fast as I can to get things digitally, although I do miss my big old collection. Man, the 360 era, the PS3 era, that era, like Wii and stuff like that, DS, I was just shelf after shelf, big chonkers of Switch, well, wasn't Switch, Wii games, DS games, 360 games. I have bins and bins full, and that was beautiful. But it's also beautiful to have 100 games on your Switch. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I hope you're all having a wonderful, awesome week. Make sure to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy out there. All right, be good to yourself and others. Care about those around you. And let's get ready for Monster Hunter. I cannot wait to cover it with you all. Until next time, hit that like button to show some love. Thanks again. SwitchForce out.